What's up, everybody? This is Gabe the Barber. Just making this quick little intro real quick before the video starts. Sorry that I haven't come out with any content recently. I know I've been saying that I am going to drop something weekly, but I just relocated my shop, and that has been a very long process and very, very tiring, and I just haven't had the time to do it. But I just wanted to apologize and get on here and say that we're back and we are ready to make a lot of new content. So thank you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you after the video. What's up, everybody? We're back finally with another tutorial. If you guys didn't skip the intro, you guys know already why I haven't come out with anything yet, but as you can see the background, this is a new shop. I have my good friend that passed away up there on the wall, rest in peace, JJ. So right here, all we're doing right here to start it off is we're gonna drape the client first, ensuring that the cape does not touch the client's skin, breaking the seal on the side neck strip. So right here, guys, I'm basically doing the consultation. I have the audio off, but right here I'm asking him what he would like. He comes in every week or week and a half, so we decided that we're leaving the top, but we're gonna trim the sides down to a 4, and we're gonna do a razor mid to high taper. Right here I'm gonna use my wall rapid fire with the 3/4 blade on it, which is equivalent to a number 4 guard. And in my opinion, the metal guards do get closer and more accurate to actual measurements than the plastic guards do. So right here I'm gonna start off right behind the ear. I don't know why, but I've always liked starting off right there. There's a big amount of space right there, and we're gonna be going up until the curvature of his head. So everybody's head is different. Nobody's head is perfectly round. Everybody's head is odd shaped, so his curvature of his head is about right there. Just going to continue doing this all the way around until it's all even. As you can see, I'm going side to side, not just up and down, because I've learned that everybody's hair grows different. Everybody's hair doesn't cut the same, so you're going to have to go in there in different angles just to get the correct size. Be sure that when you're using these metal guards, you guys, that you are putting the ear down, because these guards do tend to cut the edge of the ear in the back. It's happened to me before, and it freaks the client out, especially if they're a new person to you. So right here I'm going to be going in clipper over comb with the 1.5 metal guard. I love using this blade. It just it provides a little bit of comfort and protection just in case if you mess up. So just for the sake of the video, I'm actually using this blade to do clipper over comb. Some people, especially when you're starting out and you're learning, and the people that do watch these videos, they are scared to go in with just the clipper and no guard, trying to do clipper over comb, and a lot of times people mess up, and it freaks them out and it discourages them. So what my old barbers used to tell me was, this is using a condom, make sure you wear a condom when you first start. So this is just for the sake of the video. Sorry guys, I know that my elbow's in the way a little bit, but when I start to do the other side of the haircut, I fix the camera and you guys are able to get a really, really great view of what I'm doing. But right here, all I was doing was clipper over comb, trying to keep the shape of his head straight up and down, not going into the curvature of the head, because once I start to do that, it starts to create that egg shape, and that's something that he really, really is trying to stay away from. But he still wants to keep the sides decently short, but still with some length for the darkness for the taper. Now I'm Going to go in and make my first bald guideline with the Chew Pros with the modification from Barber's Haven. Shout out to Barber's Haven here in Albuquerque, Malcolm. He's the best, you know, he listens and you guys ask whatever you guys want to see in there, and he tries his best to put that into his stores. So you guys come check him out if you guys are ever in Albuquerque. Barber's Haven. Right here I'm going to be using the electric shaver, just going downwards first, and then I'm going to go upwards, and it looks like I'm going directly up into that line, but I'm staying right under it just to keep a little bit of room to blend that out if needed. And I'm going to go in and make my first guideline with the Wall Seniors cordless open, and I'm going to be going up about a half an inch, if not almost an inch. You know, I like to stretch my fades out a lot more than most do, so I'm going to take that first guideline out, just bang it out real quick using the corners of my blade. I never like to use the entire blade because for some reason I feel like I just push the line up more. So right here we're going to be using the number 1 guard all the way open, and we're going to create our second guideline. And keep in mind, guys, that when I'm using these guards, I'm not digging into their scalp, as I could say. I'm kind of going in a C motion, and I'm scooping out as I go in. Right here I have the half guard, and I'm just going behind the ear, and I'm going sideways just to get that little bit of a line out. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm fading from the bottom up. I believe the next side I did show blending from top bottom, which I'm gonna actually go into a more in-depth video on what that means. So right here we have the 1.5, and we're gonna go with it all the way open, and we're just gonna barely be scooping up right here on the curvature of the head. You guys, please be sure to drop a comment below, anything that you guys believe I should work on, or you guys seen in the video that I may have not caught. Please feel free to comment. I am open to all types of criticism, so please make sure you guys subscribe, turn on my notifications. If you guys did like the video, please throw a thumbs up. So I'm not quite done here yet. I'm almost there. It's just once I'm done lining it up, I go back in and I start to detail. Truthfully, I cut hair very fast to begin with. I try to slow it down for videos, but I just really can't seem to find that little groove, but we'll get there. Right here I'm just going to be lining up his two line, putting his ear down with my middle finger. Kind of looks messed up, but you know, it keeps all my knuckles out of the way for me, as I should say. I'm trying to keep his 2 line in the back as natural as possible. Later on in the video you're gonna see that I do take it in somewhat, but it's because in between moving the camera and everything, I actually showed him the back, and he wanted more of a V look. He wanted it to go in a little bit more. So on this side, I believe we start with the 2 line, I believe. Sorry guys, trying to adjust my camera. One man show, you guys, trying my best. So just please bear with me. Alrighty, so this, yeah, alrighty, cool. So this is the angle that I'm gonna try and do all my videos at, is right here. It's keeping it very, very nice and clear. Also, my camera died, so I had to use my phone, so it was a little bit of rough not being able to see what I was doing, trying to adjust it. So on this side I went in with my Wall Detailers cordless, and I just made my first guideline. Gonna go in with my electric razor. Gonna just attack it right away, still leaving a little bit of room, just very slightly. It looks like I said, it looks like I went all the way up to the first guideline, but I stayed a little bit below it just to keep a little bit of room to blend that in. You don't want to take it up too high. right here, just same steps as the last. Gonna go in with the wall seniors, no guard, all the way open at that angle. Now it's closed and I'm barely touching that little bit of line, and every single time you see me pull the clipper out of frame or you see my thumb move, I'm always moving the lever up and down. I'm never keeping the lever the same, how do I say, never keeping it the same. So right now we're gonna go in with the number 1 guard, and it was fully open. And now after I made that first line, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna attack that line that I just made, and it's not gonna take it out completely, but it's gonna basically get it out, and all there is left is the shadow. So what I would do is I'm gonna go in with the 0 guard, open and closed, which I have on the clipper right now. It's closed, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna attack that line, and I'm going to slowly but surely start to blend it out, moving my lever up and down. And basically, you know, no one's head is flat, so you can't really just say that the lever was open that whole time. You know, you have to adjust it because there's dips and there's bumps that you have to think of and everything. So on this side, it was a little bit different blending. His hair was kind of in a different growth pattern right here, where I was actually having to go in there and do clipper over comb on this side, whereas on the other side I was able to just use the 3 guards that I used to blend it. And you can see there's a nice little dark line right there that I point out, and I'm just gonna go in there with the number 1. I'm just gonna attack it using the lever all the way open, and then I'm gonna close it. Boom, right there. And you can start to see that it's starting to come together really, really nice. Also, you guys, I'm actually doing a class at Aveda February 20th and February 6th, I believe. They have asked me to go in there and do 2 classes. They're free classes. I don't know if they allow anybody that is not a student to go, but if it's up to me, you guys are more than welcome. If you guys are watching this video and you guys are from Albuquerque, please feel free to DM me on Instagram at GabeTheBarber9. I would love to see everybody there. You know, it's 100% free. You know, I'm doing it for the students, so I would love to see you guys all there. All right, so cool. So now it looks like we're gonna move on to the back of the taper. I like to stay under the occipital bone, but on some cases the taper sometimes just looks a little too shadowed, or it does need to go above it. In his case, I believe I do stretch it almost right above, or if not right under his occipital bone. Everybody else is different, you know. He has a very protruding one, so we're gonna try to not emphasize that as much as possible, but still being able to keep it the style that he does like. The back of the taper is the exact same steps as I took on both other sides. Making my first skyline with the trimmers. On this side, I actually did the clipper, which is almost equivalent to it because I have mine adjusted pretty close. So now we're making our third guideline, which is with the number 1 guard open, basically a short 1.5. And you guys will notice that when I make my guidelines, I never have my clipper closed. I always have my guidelines always set with an open lever, and for some reason this just works for me. But by no means am I saying that this is the only way, or this is the only way to achieve this look. You know, the point of these videos are to give you guys an idea on where to start and how to end a haircut, and basically take my technique and try to turn it into your own technique. So right here, after I made that guideline with the 1.5, I go in with the 0 guard, and it's all the way open. And I'm just gonna, the more I go up, you're gonna see the lever opens up more. When I stay lower, I close the lever and blend downwards. So now I'm left with the bottom line, and then I'm left with that dark line right at the top, which is right at the occipital bone. Gonna go in with the 1.5 all the way open, just to barely tap that line to line it up just a little bit. Scooping out, again, not going straight into his head. Gonna try and knock that line out closed, and if it doesn't work, then we're gonna go back down to our number 1 guard, and we're gonna go open, which is gonna be a very short 1.5. As you can see right here, that this is slowly but surely taking out that little bit of the line, starting to blend it in. Now I'm going to switch on over to my magic clips, which I have 0 gapped, and I'm going to try to get a little bit closer with that, because the other clipper wasn't really taking that line out. So, you know, I usually use 2 to 3 clippers on every haircut. You know, I have every single clipper adjusted differently to where, you know, it'll get the job done for me. So now I'm gonna go ahead with the 2 guard, and I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna try and knock off that darkness right there. I'm gonna go with it open first, just because I know that the longest guard that I have had on his head was a number 4. So now it's gonna be close and open. You can see I'm gonna show right here. So I'm gonna go close and open. I'm gonna go open and close, just trying to get that line out, going side to side, and slowly but surely you're gonna start to see the fade come together. Yeah, the guys in the back are having a blast. Can't remember what they were talking about. I think we're talking about the paratera man outside. Yeah, the guy that's in the waiting chairs, that's a good friend of mine. He was coming to me, man, back when I was about 15 years old, and I was just messing everybody's heads up, you know, and he moved away for a while to Los Angeles, back home, and every single time he comes into town, he always comes in and comes and sees me. So I really appreciate that. Shout out to Jonathan. So right now we're going to attack the bottom line, and we're just going to go open and close, trying to get that bottom line out. And I do know, and I do see that the fade on the top of the taper isn't done yet, but I go back and I start to detail it, and that's where your fades will separate you from the next barber. So right here is where I was talking about that he wanted to bring it in a little bit more, and we wanted to define his 2 line in the back a little bit more, making it a little bit more detailed. Which, as you can see, I'm not going in too crazy. You know, I'm not really pushing it back at all. I'm just basically defining it. So right here, we're gonna move on to the lineup proportion of the video. Combing all the hair out, and I like to start from the middle. I don't know how someone could start from the ends. You know, I don't really see much people do it nowadays, but there are still some people that start from the ends or prefer to do that. But truthfully, I love to start from the middle and work my way outwards. Usually the middle is the highest point on most of my clients, so you know, I guess you could call this haircut an Edgar haircut in a way. I'm sure he's not gonna like that, but you know, it's all good. Constantly combing the hair back out just to make sure that you're getting all the longer hairs that you missed. Most people, you know, they get kind of shy in front of the camera. They don't really want the camera up and close like this, but you know, he was cool about it. And you can see right there, I showed that there was a little bit of, you know, it was sticking out a little bit, and I just didn't like the way that looked. It looked like it was kind of like missing, so I'm gonna go back in there and I'm gonna slowly but surely take that out. And as you can see, it's starting to come together and match the other side. You know, so I really like to stand in front of my client, look at their face, and basically see what they're gonna see, because when you look at someone straight on, that's what everyone's gonna see. That's what he's gonna see when he looks in the mirror every single morning. You know, he's gonna look up and he's gonna see directly that, and he would have seen that little bit on that side sticking out, and it would have kind of looked, it would have looked funny, and it would have looked unfinished. So I'm glad that I did catch that, and we went back in and we were able to take care of that. Right here, I'm gonna add a little bit of color enhancement. You know, by no means am I saying that he needs it or anything, but you know, people have their own opinions on color enhancement. You know, what people need to understand is, you know, in this day and age, females will love to make fun of a person that has color enhancement and stuff, but you know, you guys go ahead and color in your eyebrows, you know, and do this and do that to enhance something. You know, this just enhances a haircut. This doesn't make a haircut look good, even if it's a bad haircut. You know, this would not look good on a bad haircut. This would make a bad haircut look shitty, period. Hey guys, sorry about the ending of that last clip. Was trying to adjust the camera, but here's the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I am going to continue to improve myself and improve my videos and improve the content that I do put out, because my dream is to work for Wall. I believe in their company, I believe in their products, and they've worked the best for me. So if you guys like this, please smash the like button, subscribe. Thank you guys so much, I appreciate it.